Here's Bart Ehrman explaining why he's skeptical of God's existence.
That I decided I could no longer be a believer in any sense because, not because of my scholarship on the Bible, but because of the problem of suffering. I got to a point where I simply didn't believe that there's a God who's in control of this world. If you look around at all of the misery and the pain and the suffering, it doesn't look to me like God's intervening in this world and answering prayer and saving people and helping people. It doesn't look like that at all.
A perfectly sensible summary of reasons to be skeptical, if you ask me. And if anyone wants to see some of these considerations defended more rigorously, then look no further than philosopher Philippe Lyon's contribution to this book. But anyway, let's get back to the video.
One thing we know about evil is it does not disprove God.
Just stop right there. Stop. I can't take it. As you should probably be able to realize on your own, Ehrman never used the word evil in this clip, instead choosing words like pain, suffering, misery. For Turek to lead his audience to believe that Ehrman made any claims about moral ontology is either dishonest or just lazy.
Why? Because there'd be no such thing as evil unless good existed, and there'd be no such thing as good unless God existed. You see, the shadows prove the sunshine. In order to have shadows, you have to have sunshine. Oh, you can have sunshine without shadows, you can have good without evil, but you can't have evil without good. You can't have shadows without sunshine. So evil doesn't disprove God. It may prove there's a devil out there, but it doesn't disprove God. In fact, evil is a backhanded argument for God.
Is it though? As you can see, in order to block the effectiveness of the various versions of the problem of evil, many Christians like to try to flip this around and make it seem as though the questioner needs to assume the existence of God beforehand before even posing the question. And that's obviously what Turek is doing here, as he titled the video, Bart Ehrman's rejection of God proves that he exists. It's certainly true on the view of some Christians that God needs to exist in order for necessary moral truths to exist. The problem with this claim is that it's hotly debated within philosophy, even by Christians. Here's one of the top Christian philosophers, Richard Swinburne, on this topic.
You do not use, then, the existence of absolute necessary moral truths to increase the probability of God's existence.
No, I don't. The ultimate truths of morality do not depend on God, and therefore cannot be used as an argument for his existence.
Ouch. But let's be nice here, and for the sake of argument, let's grant Turek's point. Let's say that God does need to exist in order for objective moral values and duties to exist. Does it now follow that skeptics can't use the variations of the argument from evil in order to argue against God? No. Philosopher Wes Morriston explains how some of these arguments could work. Quote, "Look, you theists believe that X, Y, and Z are evil. You theists believe that God is good. You theists believe that good persons are opposed to evil. So you theists need to explain why a God who is good, in your sense of good, would allow so much apparently pointless evil, in your sense of evil. If you can't explain it, then that's a problem for the internal coherence of your worldview." When it's put this way, the objector doesn't presuppose anything about morality. So, the blanket statement that the problem of evil presupposes God is just plainly false.